Hi everyone, Rhys here. Welcome back to Carpenter's Diary. In today's episode, we're going to be taking it right from the start, which is the beginning of a renovation process. It is very daunting, especially as a new homeowner about to renovate your home for the very first time. What are the things that we should take note of? I'm going to break it down in this series into 3 basic tips on what you need to know before you begin your renovation. Tip number 1. Get your floor plan and learn to read it. Your floor plan is a very simple 3D representation of your home. It does not include certain features like lighting points, wiring plans, but it's more than enough for you to understand your home, at least the structure of it. It will make it easier for you to communicate your design ideas to your interior designers or renovation contractors for that matter. You got to understand that ultimately this is a collaboration between you and your contractor or designer. So it pays to spend some effort to learn to read your floor plan so that we have a common basis of communication and that the goals and dreams that you wish to build in your dream home is actually feasible. For example, there are clients that ask us to build their kitchen in such a way that it includes an island, sometimes for that matter even a movable island. It poses a lot of challenges if the kitchen is not big enough. So in order for that dream to happen, sometimes walls have to go. Your floor plan is just a basic start. Understand that a lot of walls, non-structurals, can be demolished. How do you differentiate a structural wall and a non-structural wall? Look at the HDB floor plan, any floor plan for that matter. The ones that are highlighted in black or in solid colors are usually structural walls. They cannot be demolished and those walls have to be intact. Sometimes it could only be a column structure. In landed houses, there are such structures. They are eyesore, but it's what that holds your building together so that it doesn't collapse on itself. So there are a lot of numbers and lines on the floor plan. Let's go down to the basics. What are the numbers telling you? A lot of numberings are in 4 digits. Like for example, 4250. What does it mean? 4250 means in millimeters. That's where the calculations begin. So when you're talking about layman terms, we might talk about that in conversion to a 4.25 meters. There are a lot of details that go into writing a floor plan. Remember that they are not your destiny and that your space can allow for walls to be transformed so that even with a half wall being built after the demolition, that actually opens up the space a lot. Tip number 2, get a sense of your own style and go big. Dream big. One of the episodes I will bring you across my own house and also let you see the style that I have. It's eclectic, it's Victorian, it's modern Victorian, but yes, that's the key. Dream big. There are no singular or correct way to design your home. A home is a very personal space whereby you and your partner need to come up with a design that matches both your styles and your lifestyle. Some of us read a lot and we'll need a dedicated study room or even a study corner or reading nook. So all these are considerations where we design a space or when you plan out your own space. All these criteria will be good that you discuss with your partners and then communicate to your designers such that when we come up with the design, it suits your needs and it's also something that you will live in and love it for the entirety of where you stay. So as designers ourselves, we have preferences in terms of aesthetics and functionality when we design a home. We can offer suggestions, but do bear in mind that everything in terms of design and lifestyle is very personal. What works for another homeowner might not work for you. As designers, what do we try to achieve is that every project is different. We will design based on our understanding of your needs, your wants, and we come back with a practical design to suit everyone. Colors are very interesting. It changes the mood of a space, and this is something that in design we can use to our advantage to segregate a space or even bring out the character of a space. What are some of the places you get ideas from or inspiration from before you meet your designers? Pinterest, Google, Instagram, and our own Facebook page. You can just go to Reno Scout Facebook and click the Photos tab, see all, and you will see all the albums that we have. After you sorted through all these sources and inspirations, what you can do is then screenshot or share the link to your spouse or partner or form a group chat with your designer so that with all this information we are able to see and have a sense of your style, the design they're looking for, and from that we can come up with a proper and suitable design for you in a faster time as well instead of guessing what style you like. A certain combination of colors might catch your eyes. A certain combination of designs or hanging lights might catch your eyes as well, but do take note with a pinch of salt that Pinterest is a lot on European designs, European styles, and the structures of European homes are different. They have large kitchens, they have high ceilings, and all those design elements are not always feasible in a normal HDB flat. Unless you're talking about a condominium with a high loft ceiling, then of course we can design something very close to the European designs or designs from the US. So with that in mind, know the limitations, but do find something that you like. The wealth of resources out there. Now, bring everything back to reality is tip number 3. Set a budget. It sounds pretty obvious, isn't it? But it must be said. Consider your finances. Is that $5,000 gadget or projection TV really necessary for your space? If it's not, then reconsider and spend that $5,000 somewhere else. Probably in your kitchen, on appliances, or on your flooring to change the whole look of the space. We will have another series to actually bring you through. We'll have an example of a quotation, and you can see the breakdowns of certain elements of a real project that has been finished. For example, flooring costs how much for a resale flat to be hacked and redo flooring and then polish the flooring as well. All these are X amount of dollars. With that, you will be able to budget your renovation based on sections like flooring, carpentry, electrical and plumbing, lightings, other optionals like your kitchen appliances, your furniture, loose furniture and also things that are on your wish list. Like for example, billiard table or something like that. But of course, not everyone can fit a billiard table in your house. The thing about budgeting is to allow you and your spouse or partner to actually go through this difficult question of who to sacrifice something in order for this budget to work. For two styles or two person to have everything that they need in that budget is sometimes way impossible. So the best way is to compromise at an early stage, knowing what will cost the most, what costs are not negotiable. For example, electrical and plumbing, some of it is just unnegotiable. And your kitchen as well. If your kitchen is something that you cherish for a nice meal at the end of the day and you cook at home a lot, then you might spend the most effort and energy and resources on that area. So it's something worth considering and allocating as well. It's a lot to talk about in terms of budgeting. So I will have another video, another episode that is purely about budgeting. So that's it for now. Our top 3 tips for starting a renovation. To sum it up, it is tip number 1, learn to read your floor plan. Tip number 2, explore your style. And tip number 3, set your budget. It's really that simple. So if you're feeling lost, give us a call at 9007-3368. Look at the link. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that's been helpful. Hit subscribe, hit the notification button, and like us on Facebook. Stay tuned for next week's video where we go into much more details of the renovation process. Once again, we are Reno Scout. You dream it, we'll build it.